Let's go over 3 modern books I'm looking to go all in on, and please leave a like while the intro plays. For the 1500 subscriber giveaway contest, I'll be giving away this, The Nice House on the Lake, issue number 1, CGC in a 9.8, another great series from JT4. All you have to do is be subscribed to my channel, like and comment in any of my videos for a chance to win. Good luck, everyone. Welcome back to Basement Collectibles, and if you're new here, my name is Jordan, and if you like comics, toys, movies, and arcades, please consider subscribing for more great content. It's been a few months since I made this type of video, but I'll also leave the 2 other videos I've made previously in the description below if you haven't had a chance to check them out. So please just keep in mind, if you are planning on investing in any of these books, just make sure you do your own research. I just feel that there's a potential for these 3 books in the near future. First on my list from Image, Geiger issue number 1, and this came out on April 7th, 2021. So I won't be able to spoil anything, I'm going to go off a script. Geiger is a survivor of an unknown war in 2030, when a nuclear war ravaged the planet and tore his family away from him. It has also made him a living nuclear reactor with a smoldering cauldron of radioactivity inside of him. Now in 2050, Geiger has become an urban legend, a boogeyman bedtime story told to the children of a rebuilt Las Vegas, a twisted theme park version of what once was ruled by ruthless warlords. Vegas exists within a system of tunnels, keeping its inhabitants safe from the toxic soup of its surrounding atmosphere. If you play your cards right, you can have a better life. There's only 6 issues for Geiger at the moment telling this first story, but there's also an 80-page Geiger special coming out soon. I really enjoyed this story and it gave me Mad Max Fallout vibes. I ended up picking the trade paperback for about $10, the first 6 issues. I've been passing this around to friends and family, and also my wife picked it up and read it all in one shot, which I was pretty impressed with because normally she tries to humor me, reads a couple issues, and never gets back to it. So I was able to buy issue number 1, cover A, in the first issue for around $10, and I was able to get it in a 9.8. But just recently I was able to pick up the first issue cover A again for just under $20. So if you're able to find this for under $25, I recommend picking up at least cover A. But I was able to go back to my LCS and I found the glow in the dark version for cover price, and also the second print for cover price, really great cover, and also the 4th print. So CGC 9.8s are currently selling for about $100 right now. So if you don't want to try to go out, find the cover A's, then send it to CGC, wait for the next 10 to 12 months, I definitely recommend maybe picking up the CGC copy. Another spec book from this series I'm looking to pick up, and I'm really hoping I can find a decent condition to send to CGC for 9.8, but that's Geiger issue number 6, but the second print. On the back of issue number 1, you actually get a Junkyard Joe comic strip before he became Geiger's enemy. There's also mention of Junkyard Joe when the series gets back up and running. And if Geiger ever hits a cartoon series, TV show, or movie one day, I really think the merchandise would do really well. But joking aside though, Geiger's a really great story, so again, if you can pick this up for under $25, I highly recommend it. Or if just even reading it online somewhere, I think you'll really enjoy the series. And again, for about $10, you can get the trade paperback. So a couple great options, but I'm definitely looking forward to this hopefully one day on a big screen. And again, if I can find this for cheap, I'm gonna pick up some more copies. In the second book I'm looking to go all in on, from Marvel, Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 1, and this came out in February of 2019. So I think this book has great potential. Not only being a first issue, but of course with Miles Morales eventually being in the MCU, and with Ultimate Fallout 4, with the crazy prices those are going for in the first print and even the second print, I think this is a great fallback on book. Just looking at Fantastic Four issue number 48 with the first appearance of Silver Surfer, with rumors of Silver Surfer hitting the big screen soon, and then of course looking at the prices of Silver Surfer issue number 1, his premiere issue. I ended up buying my Miles Morales issue number 1 in a CGC 9.8 already. I normally try to buy the books in raw because obviously there's more return on investment if you can get it for raw, and then obviously hit a 9.8. I ended up buying the CGC 9.8 for about $200, and fair market value right now seems to be around $250. Just keep in mind that there are 2 similar covers for this issue, so if you are looking to spec on this book, stay away from the book that has an orange label on it that says Halloween Comic Book Extravaganza on it. Right now I'm seeing asking prices for this book in near mint condition for around $800. So if you can find this book for under $100, I think this is a great pickup. Just be careful with the half black cover. If you decide to get these graded and you get a 9.6, they look to be selling for just under $100 right now. Another book to keep your eye on in this series is issue number 13, the second print. This is the first appearance of Billy. I can't wait to see Miles Morales in the MCU soon, and I really think this would be a great investment once he hits the big screen. And the third book I'm going all in on, from Boom Studios, Eve, issue number 1. So I won't spoil anything, I'm just going to read off of Google. When the ice caps melted, most of humanity was lost to the hidden disease that was released. Now a mysterious girl named Eve has awoken in secret and must deal with a world that's nothing like the virtual reality she was raised in. In order to save her real father, Eve must embark on a deadly quest across the country, but she has no idea of the threats that await her, or the price she will pay to restore life to a dying planet. Eve was released on May 5th, 2021, so it's a fairly new book, and the 5-part series has already ended. When I picked this book off the shelf and looked at the cover, I really thought this was a kid's book with the teddy bear on the front. But after reading a few issues, this wasn't a typical teddy bear. If you're looking to invest in the series, I always recommend picking up cover A, but there's also a cover B for this series. My first issue that I grabbed for cover price, unfortunately has a couple spine ticks, so it could only maybe get me a 9.6, but I recently picked up another copy for $25, and this is definitely going to be going to CGC and should hit the 9.8. If you're able to pick up this raw book for under $40 in a great condition, I highly recommend picking this up. If you don't want to pick this book up raw and you don't want to deal with CGC's handling and wait times, these books right now are going for under $100 and a 9.8. Also to look out for is the 1 per store variant and also the 1 in 50. I'm a big zombie fan, so I really like their approach of the people that had the virus, let's call them zombies, that started consuming themselves, animals, plants, and then after that they started consuming glass, plastics, and metals until they burst. I really enjoyed the story and the twist and the ending of this book, and again, it's only a 5-part series, so if you haven't had a chance to read Eve, I highly recommend it, and I really hope one day, again, if it's either a cartoon series or just a TV show, or maybe even on the big screen, I think this would do really well. With Boom Studios, Something is Killing the Children already getting a green light for Netflix, and possibly some more Netflix shows coming from Boom Studios, I really hope they take a chance on Eve. So when investing in modern books, I always make sure it's a great story. That way, if I do get them graded, if they do come back, I do sit on them, nothing happens, I still have great books in my personal collection that I can enjoy. And if it is a great story, there's still a possibility that it can make a few dollars if I do decide to sell them. So what did you think of my 3 books? Let me know in the comments section if you are speccing on any of these 3 books, or what books are you speccing on? So that's it for this video, and I really appreciate you watching till the end, and hopefully this information has helped you decide if you're going to invest on any of these books. And if you are new here, if you can possibly like, comment, and subscribe on your way out, and welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel, and I'll see everybody on the next video. Take care.